Hello friends, thanks for joining me in this video. I welcome you back after you have spent a lot of time reaching out with the previous videos. There is a concept called as paradigm shift in psychology. Paradigms or something that are available in subconscious mind. We are going to speak about subconscious mind, how to reprogram our subconscious mind. And we are also going to discuss about how to reprogram the paradigms that are present in the subconscious mind. So you have a very big importance of knowing about the basics of subconscious mind and the meaning of this so-called paradigms. How is your life right now? I mean, I ask this question in almost all the videos. How is your life right now? What is the kind of stress that you are having? What are the kinds of experiences you are undergoing right now? If you are a businessman, what are the projects that you're involving? Are these projects taking more out of your life, or is it taking you to the next level, or is it taking you to the past level which you were a part of? If you're a student, how's life treating you? If you're a salaried professional, how's life treating you? So I want you to have a microscopic view of your life currently at this point of time. Whatever you're experiencing in your life right now is a reflection of what is going on in your subconscious mind. And you might have heard something about mind, each and every individual, whether it is a student or a business class person or a salaried professional or any other categories of people. Every single person has got some exposure about the mind. Yes, of course, we don't have subjects teaching about mind when we are in school and when we are in college, unless and otherwise the person is subjected to the specific kind of the major which is speaking about mind sciences. Psychologists will read plenty of things about mind. They will study plenty of concepts about the mind. Psychiatrists, they will have plenty of things about mind. And in microbiology and of course in biotechnological courses, there are some segments of the subjects that speak about mind, but we don't have an exclusive kind of a platform to teach us about mind. So I thought I could take this opportunity to explain something about the mind, because in the recent past I was visiting lots of schools, and my mind was involved into grooming the minds of school children. So I had to speak more things about subconscious mind for those school children. I mean, it doesn't mean that in the college students, when they are trained, they're supposed to be kept at the blank of the knowledge of mind. No, it's not like that. The school students need plenty of information about mind. College students, if I give them some graphic, if I ask them to, look into some pictures cues, or if I ask them to fill some questionnaires, they'll be immediately able to know what mind is all about. But for students, you got to explain. So as a result of those major and elaborated explanations, I thought of making a video about subconscious mind. Now, firstly, I want you to have a look at the picture that is going to come now. The picture contains three layers: your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and the body. Your conscious mind and subconscious mind, and the body. Right? So, this picture illustrates a very important concept here. We are having the conscious mind on the top, and the conscious mind sends a lot of signals to the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the one that is making your body activate. Simply speaking, the formula is like this. The hierarchy is like this: conscious mind, and the signals are procured into the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind sends some vibrations, some signals, and it makes your body enact. And the body moves into action, and the action produces what? Result. So if your results have to change, the input into the conscious mind has to change. I asked a question: how is your life? How life is treating you, right? So the very reason I asked about that question was, the current results can be changed. The amount of salary that you are earning can be changed. The amount of fulfillment and joy and job satisfaction that you are having in your work can be changed. The amount of performance and the levels of performance that you are giving in your examinations can be changed. And all the things that you are experiencing in life can be changed. I might be sounding very crazy, but if you understand this concept called as paradigm shift, you'll be really able to understand how the change can be made maximum possible. Right now, the behavior that I have, and the words that I utter, the body language that I have, and the way of work that I have, and when I'm working along with my team members, I'm having some little distinctions how to work on that particular project. And my team members have got a differentiation on working the project. Their work style is different from mine. because we both, although belonging to the same team, have different paradigms. So, what is this paradigm? So, now let me spend a couple of minutes explaining about paradigms. Paradigms are the multitude of habits that you currently have registered in your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is the one that contains five antennae of information, and it receives lots of information, and the conscious mind sends the signals to the subconscious mind. And when the subconscious mind receives those information, and those information are registered as paradigms. They are multitude of habits and they are called as paradigms. And the paradigms are the ones which are making a person behave. Paradigms are the ones which are making the person take a particular action in a specific period of time. So we got to be very careful with the registration or with the emphasis of the paradigm of a person. And I told you about the five antennae, right? So see, hear, touch, smell, and taste. These are the five antennae of information through which you receive the information to your conscious mind. Let us speak about your birth. When you are born, you are busy crying. You are busy, getting the parts growing inside of yours, and you are having lots and lots of molecules, atoms, and all the physical enzymes properly starting to segregate at that point of time when you are a tiny infant. And when you are a baby, your subconscious mind was also a baby. Your conscious mind was also a baby. It's so important that the subconscious mind of a child has to be filled with lots of glorious information, because the current glorious information that are put into the subconscious mind of the baby is what is going to be the life of that particular baby, which when it grows as a man, the person is going to experience based upon the multitude of habits that are registered into the subconscious mind when the person was a baby. So you got to be very careful about this. Every single moment of time, every single second, every single minute, every single nanosecond, your brain is fed with some information. And if you are not careful with those information, your subconscious mind is going to draw some negative behaviors which are ultimately going to bring pain for whom? For you. So if you have to avoid the pain, if you have to avoid what is happening in your life, if you have to avoid all the things that are really putting you into lots of pain, you got to work with your mind, not with the results. So as I told you about the hierarchy, conscious mind, subconscious mind, body leads to action, action leads to result. So the final ultimatum is the result. So when you want to change the result, you have control over only the first level, and that's called as your conscious mind. So paradigms are something that are generated and created only by the conscious mind. So you got to be very careful with the conscious mind. And I speak so much about conscious mind. Conscious mind is actually your thinking mind, whereas subconscious mind is actually your emotional mind. There is a lot of difference between these two minds, your thinking mind and emotional mind. You know, if you get into mind sciences, people will speak about the difference between the right brain and the left brain. Left brain is more logical in nature, right brain is always realistic in nature. Left brain is more imaginary in nature, and right brain is more of realistic in nature, and it sees only the vivid kind of information that are seen in your environment. Just similarly like that, I mean, we have got this huge distinction about conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind is your intellectual mind, and subconscious mind is your emotional mind. We think through pictures. When I ask you to think about the refrigerator at your home, and right now you have got to the refrigerator. If your refrigerator is in gray in color, you are into that. And when I ask about the handle of the refrigerator, when I talk about the coolness of that refrigerator, and you open the refrigerator in your mind's eye, and you experience the chillness in your mind's eye right now, because you are actually thinking through pictures. You're not thinking through words, you're not thinking through any other syntax, you're not thinking through any other kinds of lingual languages or any sort of transmitted language. You're thinking through pictures. So you think through pictures, and all the things that you are thinking in your conscious mind is being subjected into the subconscious mind. And the important point you have to note down here is that the subconscious mind does not know which is true and which is false. It does not know which is imagined and which is reality. If a child dreams about working in a very big multinational corporation in the future after 15 years, and the child is having the vivid picture of this huge skyscraper building in which the child is going to work as a grown up man, the subconscious mind doesn't know whether it is true or false. All that is happening at that point of time when the child dreams of it is the mind is getting registered with that particular image. And if the child is smart enough to think about that every single day, you have a wonderful professional who is going to work in a multinational corporation when the person is becoming 25 years. Yes, of course, you have produced a good professional who is going to work in multinational corporation in the future. Oh, is life so simple, Mr. Manikandan? Yes, life is so simple. We make it tough. Your current life is because of all the paradigms that you have been subjecting into your subconscious mind. Now, you will see the picture. Just 10 seconds, see that picture that I'm going to show you now. You will get the Did you see the picture? Your conscious mind receives information through pictures and it is subjecting it into the subconscious mind. We were speaking about that, right? But what did you see in that picture? Your conscious mind can think, can choose, can reject, can even accept. But your subconscious mind cannot think, cannot choose, cannot reject. But the only thing the subconscious mind can do is, yeah, you're right, it can only accept. So if you're periodically thinking about the adversities that are happening in your life, that's what you are going to attract. As per the law of attraction sciences, you are like a magnet. You are going to attract what you are putting into your subconscious mind. You believe it or not, you love it or not, you like it or not, this is how the universe operates. It doesn't mean that you have to be considering it as a favorable concept for believing it. No, you might not be like, you might be a technical savvy who is completely away from these mind science concepts. I'm sorry about that. But still, my dear friend, this is how the universe operates. So you got to be very, very careful with what you are putting into your conscious mind. You got to be hereafter very, very careful. If your economy is not really good, and if you are going to receive all the news from the broadcasting people who are telling about plenty of things. I mean, if you're watching NDTV for economical news, if you're going to watch CNBC for how the stock market is going on, if you're going to watch any other multimedia channels or any other broadcasting channels for getting news about the world, or if you're watching BBC, or you're getting so much addicted towards the TED Talks, if you're going to get addicted towards a couple of websites that you are exposed to, you are feeding plenty of information through see and hear antennae of your conscious mind. And for each information, you've got some logical attachments. You've got some sort of profound attachment towards each and every single image. And all those images are going to make an impact into your subconscious mind. And based upon the subconscious mind's impact, your body is going to behave, and based upon the body's behavior, your actions, your results, whether it is positive or negative, you are the manufacturer. So if you got to change this, you got to change the paradigms. You need to understand that the subconscious mind is blind. It can accept anything that you say. Whenever I go to some colleges or some corporates for developing communication skills, the first and foremost thing that I mention to those students is that stop calling yourself as a less communicating person. Don't you ever tell others that you lack communication skills. Oh my God, I don't have proper communication skills. I don't have proper knowledge. I cannot speak in English very fluently. I got lots of grammatical errors. When I write an email, when I draft a kind of project proposal, I make plenty of mistakes. I'm very weak in communication. So if you're keeping on saying this, irrespective of the money you spend, irrespective of the experts that you are exposed to, your communication skill will never scale up because you're running towards east, having the impression and having the aim to go to the west. Your mind is speaking something else, and your actions or your behaviors are towards something else. This is kind of an inner conflict, fighting parts within yourselves. That's called as inner conflicts. So you are having these paradigms as inner conflicts. So the things that are put into the subconscious mind are going to be the results. Please try to understand this. Schools give us plenty of information. It gives us plenty of knowledge. Take the book, read the book, explain everything that you have read in the book in the examination. There you go. You've got a very good score. You are a wonderful student. But unfortunately, no school has taught us how to use our mind. That's what I told you in the beginning of the session, right? So nobody has really inclined the interest. Our parents wanted to teach this to us, but unfortunately, they did not know the terminology for it. Your mom and dad did not know what is the paradigm all about, but they have known this concept. They have really known this concept out of their experience. But unfortunately, they were not able to articulate this concept so that you can understand properly. How many of our parents are really educated? That's a problem here. Teachers did not have time to say this. I don't blame the teachers. Being a teacher, I should not be blaming the teaching fraternity. They did not have time. And you were so busy all these 20, 25 years making a name for yourself. And making a name for yourself starts with this profound concept. Then, why are you saying this so late, Mr. Manikandan? I'm meeting you only now. That's why I'm saying this so late. But I'm not making a mistake. I never fail to talk about this concept to the schools. That's where the profound birth is made. Few days back when I was meeting 10th standard students and plus 2 students, I spoke about this concept because I wanted to make sure that those kids, when they come as college students and when they grow up and when they become professionals, I don't want their lives to be miserable ones. I wanted them to have the self-realization that it is all about my subconscious mind. It is all about, when I speak about my growth, it is about my subconscious mind. When I speak about my life, it's about my subconscious mind. I want that realization to happen to those people, and that's why I speak about subconscious mind to those people. So paradigm shift can happen only when you give new image to your I'm going to show you another picture, and that picture says a very important message. Give me a new image, I will start working out for it. Give me a new form, I will start transforming for it. Give me a kind of new signal, kind of new syntax statement, I will start working for that. That's what your subconscious mind is asking you. Subconscious mind is hungry, boss. It is hungry. It's hungry for new insights. It's hungry for new forms of thinking. It's hungry for new forms of belief system, but we hardly give any new forms of beliefs and thinking. So, what kind of new image you are going to give for your subconscious mind? It's happening every time. Every single moment of time you are supposed to. I recently made a video on gold card system. I don't know whether you have watched it on YouTube or not. If not, go to my YouTube channel and watch that video called as the gold card concept. Gold card concept is one among the profound principles of giving a new image. You take a card and you write what you really want in the next 2 or 3 years and you keep that card into your pocket, and every time you have some time, take that card out of your pocket, you see that, you read it. You are registering new paradigms into your brain by virtue of doing that. So these are all tiny steps, but when you make these steps as a profound habitualized things, your mind starts changing. So the idea is that the subconscious mind is wide open for new information always. As I spoke earlier, the subconscious mind is hungry and your body is ready to move into action in accordance with what the subconscious mind is going to give as input. So you have heavy influences on the three things that you are seeing on the screen now: ideas, thoughts, images. The ideas that you receive, the thoughts that you are giving into your subconscious mind, the images that you are going to put into the subconscious mind. If you are controlling and filtering these three things, your subconscious mind is definitely going to get a new information. And once you give the new information, once you give the new ideas, new thoughts, new images, those new images, new thoughts, and new ideas are getting programmed into your subconscious mind. And the programmed things are converted into paradigms. So hereafter, be very much careful with what you are thinking, what you are saying to yourself, and what you are receiving in your mind. Because that's what is going to be into the paradigm. Because your paradigm is very important. So be very careful and use the C and F factor, control and filter factor, the thought energy and the images, and most importantly, the beliefs that you have and the ideas that you are instilling. Have these three things brand new from today onwards. So the brand new image is really going to make a transformation in your life. The other way of changing the subconscious paradigms is self-hypnosis. You know, when you visit a psychiatrist, the first and foremost thing that they do is they will try to go to your past. If you've got some forms of negative vibrations in your brain or some forms of images that you have drawn in your life which are not really giving you a comfortable time right now, they will tend to go to the past during your school days, during your boyhood days, and during your adolescent days, or perhaps when you are a kid. They will even go to the time when you are a kid, maybe. And you can do the self hypnosis for your own self. It's pretty simple. Just noting down all the points whenever it pops through your mind and making a collection of the points. I was like this when I was doing my ninth standard. I was like this when I was doing my higher secondary education. I was like this when I was a first year college student. Likewise, whenever the brain pops up some information, all you have to do is jot down those information. And when you read them, you naturally come across the foundational behaviors, I mean the paradigms, who have given the negative paradigms. If a particular area is not good in your life, it is because of a negative paradigm, and you are supposed to find out that negative paradigm. You'll be able to find out that negative paradigm only by this way, that is, finding out your past behaviors, getting into the past library. So that's the next way of changing your subconscious belief system. When we change the paradigm, now that we have got the clear information about changing the paradigm, there are core beliefs, negative core beliefs that are already available in the subconscious mind. For example, when you are conducting an interview to an youngster and when you are asking the expected salary from the youngster is not going beyond 40,000 or 50,000 or 30,000 or 20,000. Sometimes you will see youngsters selling themselves short in the interviews because in their core belief, they benignly believe that they deserve only that amount of salary. Or if you speak to someone or some budding professional and you want the professional to go to the next level in his life and you ask his dream, that particular person will come across with some dream which is very outlandish in nature, very primitive and minor in nature. So many people have already given up on their dreams because of this negative core beliefs that are available in the subconscious mind. Maybe, as one wise man rightly mentioned, the biggest tragedy of life is death of a dream. Did you have any dream that you let it die? Did you have any dream that you have given up on? Did you have any dream that was seeming to be very impossible for you, and because of that one simple reason, you have put that dream on the trench? Did you have such a dream? Well, if you have one, it's time for going back to that dream, taking that dream, and wiping it off, and trying to implement it. Because this is very serious. You have been giving up on that dream because of some core beliefs and negative paradigms that you had. So you can change it. You can really change it. Every single moment, be very careful with the image that you are putting in. Every single moment, be very careful with the thought that you are having. Every single moment, be very careful of the feeding that are happening in your brain. People might speak many things. People might come up with lots of impressions. People might impress upon plenty of things on your mind. People might come up with lots of naysaying attitude. People might come up with lots of excuses, lots of opinions, lots of turmoils of their past, and they will try to inject their turmoils into your dream. And you are supposed to be very much awakened. Because life is so short. At a point of time when you are trying to have your own dream, many people will have their own bad mouth. And you are sailing in a very, very kind of risky proposition of shattering your dream. That shouldn't happen. Yes, of course, your own dream has got lots of impossibilities, lots of challenges and other stuff. All those things are supposed to be taken care of by you. You will take care of all of them. Don't put those impossibilities, that risky factors into the other people's opinions, and then don't try to add more pain towards that impossibilities. If a dream is a little bit impossible one and a difficult one, but of course it is an achievable one, when you listen to the others, the impossible one will be appearing as a super impossible one. That is where our youngsters are dropping it. Many youngsters are functioning, merely functioning. They merely function, they cover up themselves, and they keep moving on. They have been trained, they have been educated, and they have got the supremacy of the power into the brain. But having got all those things at the backyard, these people are merely functioning. And this paradigm changing is definitely going to be the one key for all those hidden arena of yours. So why don't you think about this? Your core beliefs have to be changed, my dear friends. Every single thing. Hereafter, you're supposed to be very, very careful. Remember the C and F formula: control and filter. You get a news, control, filter, which is important, which is not important. Then feed into the mind. You get some opinions, control, filter, which is important, which is not important. Okay, fine, so this is important. Let it go. Just like a security guard is in front of a bungalow and he's making sure only the safeguarded people or only the people who are of good stance getting into the particular living place. So you got to set a security system for your brain. That is the only way to change paradigms. Your life. If you are really aware of this concept, genetical and your kind of hereditary things can be changed. So how to change the subconscious mind of a child? How to change the subconscious mind of a youngster? Or you can also venture by using this experiment how to change your own subconscious mind insights. Because whenever I go to the classes, I give suggestions on how to change the mind. It becomes very difficult for the people to change their mindset. It becomes sometimes very difficult. Maybe by the time I speak to them, they have already given up on their dreams. So, as one wise man rightly mentioned, the biggest tragedy in life is death of a dream. Many people have their dream dead at an early stage of their life. So, when they are trying to change the subconscious mind's paradigms, they can have the dreams alive again, and they can really have their own ways and means of getting the most out of their life. Because think about that. You actually possess a gift. The 1.5 kg substance over the head, the brain, is such a big asset for you. It's such a big gift for you. You have 11 million kilowatt hours per pound of potential energy locked up in the atoms and cells of your body. Not only that, your central nervous system is a phenomenal electrical system in the entire universe. Your heart pounds almost about 1 lakh times per day. Miles of blood vessels are there in your body. And if you contact those 60,000 of blood vessels, you can revolve the equator twice. Your eyes have 10 million distinctions. They can differentiate between 10 million distinctions of colors. And your muscles have quantum of 25 tons of pulling power. And all of these are possessed and administered by one particular substance, which is 95% water and only 5% physical substance. That's your brain. The storage capacity of your brain equals 2 buildings of American Trade Centers. Can you believe that? So all these powers in your brain just administered by two invisible forces called as your conscious and subconscious mind. And this paradigms that we were speaking about this for the past half an hour has been administered by the brain. So they are working in tandem. Conscious mind, subconscious mind, and the brain substances, they both work in tandem. And they both need their own support to each other. So you got to think on a little bit classified way towards your life, and not on a very conventional and not on a very normal way, just like any other human being. Your life is not going on an autopilot fashion. Your life is administered and it is actually directed by you. So by virtue of changing your subconscious mind's paradigms, you can change the virtue of your life. You can really change how your life is moving forward. It becomes easy when you are really taking care of your paradigms. Every single moment of time, every single minute that you live your life, if you're changing your thoughts, you can change your life. And remember those three factors: the images, the thoughts, and all the others' beliefs, and your own kind of core beliefs. If these three things are properly put into balance, your life can be really a masterpiece. So from today onwards, after finishing this video, what's your thoughts? See what are the things that are fed into your conscious mind. See what are the things that are attracting you. What are the subject materials you're studying? What are the visuals you're watching? What are the things that you are hearing from others? Be very careful about that. You will be exposed to plenty of things, but be very careful in each and every factor getting entered into the brain. If you do that, you are really a fantastic researcher of your own life. And generation by generation, your life can be a wonderful masterpiece, and you can teach your children the way of living life. That's very easy. Your children can teach their children and their children, grandchildren, grandchildren, and life is going to be a big revolution. Your family will be so much proud of you if you do this. And you will be so much proud of your own self if you do this. Right? So, make this transformation. If you don't get clarified with this concept, watch this video again. Or just give me a call. You know my contact details. I'm readily available on Facebook, and you know my contact number. So you can always call me, you can write me, you can text me, you can meet me in all the means possible. And I will definitely make this clarification, all the clarifications that you have. My objective of this video throughout the day was very simple. See, I was shooting this video right from the morning, and I had been collecting plenty of research papers. I referred through my books when I learned psychology. I referred through lots of research papers, and I have condensed everything in this 30-minute program. This should really help you. And I'm going to make this public. I'm going to put it on the YouTube in another couple of days' time. And everybody, whoever is watching this, should definitely get benefited. So, life is very easy. Don't make it tough. Live strong and try to use this paradigm changing, Deal with the paradigm, keep on changing the paradigms, and make your life a glory and masterpiece.